Hello, everyone. This is Nate Scott, author of the book Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. I want to welcome each one of you for tonight's very special webinar. I am so delighted that you're each on. Again, for those of you that are just joining us for the very first time, my name is Nate Scott, author of the book Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. And tonight we're going to be talking about following up, why you should make follow-up a priority. You got myself, and then you also have my dear friend Jules Price on here as an expert, and she's going to give you the inside scoop on how to use a phenomenal app that I personally use for over 6 years now, and it's going to show you how to be simple, effective, and productive with your follow-up. So from there, let's go ahead and jump right into it. What is it that regularly blows apart business development efforts and causes marketing to fail? It's the lack of follow-up. Every day of the week, the professionals we work with do a fabulous job of marketing their business to their target clients and influencers, but then, it's always that but then, what happens? They let themselves and their businesses down by failing to follow up. And let's face it, marketing, networking, and building connections without following them up makes the effort a big waste of time and money from the very start. I know the follow-up can be uncomfortable for professionals who would rather be practicing their expertise in seeking sales, but isn't it hard? Isn't it hard? Anyone can do it. Now here's 7 questions about following up. So let's consider some important questions about following up. Number 1, what makes follow-up ineffective or effective? The success or failure of your follow-up relies very much on how you go about it. If you follow up reluctantly, avoid it altogether, or lack sincerity when you do follow up, people sense it and will treat you accordingly. Whereas when you follow up consistently with confidence, respect, and a keen, honest desire to build an ongoing relationship with your target, people can tell, and they are often appreciative. Number two, who should I follow up with? You should follow up with people who can say yes to you, or people who can direct you to people who can say yes to you. Let me say that again. You should follow up with people who can say yes to you, or people who can direct people who can say yes to you. The list includes all the people in your target market with whom you have had previous contact, maybe at an event or in a network, or because someone initiated an initial conversation. To define your target market, ask yourself this thing. Who are the people who are positioned best to say yes to me? Once again, who are the people who are positioned best say yes to me? Number three, how often should I follow up? Regularly. See, following up is an ideal way to demonstrate the organized and high-quality way you would work with a client after an engagement. We have a basic rule of thumb. All new contacts should have a first contact within 3 days of meeting them. After that, it depends on how important they are to your business. You might follow up a cool prospect every 2nd or 3rd month, a warm prospect every month, and a hot prospect every week or 2 weeks. Remember, the way you behave before the sale is usually a solid example of how you will behave after the sale. If you let contacts slip away without follow-up, you probably didn't network anyway. Let me say that once more. If you let contacts slip away without follow-up, you probably didn't deserve to win their work anyway. Number four, what are the best ways to follow up? The way you follow up usually depends on how you made initial contact with your target. You can mix up the use of tactics including the phone, LinkedIn, post-it mail, invitation to an event, or even referring something that will generate good. Some communication, like sending newsletters or publications, can be corporate and generic, but others should be personal and engaging. If you invite someone somewhere and you want them to come, always or invite them in person. That's the best way to ensure that they're going to show up. Number five, what can you say when you call or contact for follow-up? One of my clients once said to me, we only hear from Chris when he is looking for some work. He never calls us to share an idea or ask a question. He only calls when he wants something. You see, it's easy to become known as this person if you call people only to ask about selling your services. Instead, you could try adding value to your contacts by providing helpful advice, supportive information, or an ear for their challenges or opportunities rather than just sell, sell, sell. How often do you call up your contacts and just check or ask how they are going? Is it a good habit to get into your clients don't think you call only when you want something? Think about that. You see, one of my biggest things when I'm speaking with people is that I make sure that they understand why I do what I do. You see, my personal mission is to live each day principle-centered based on biblical value and positive influence. Value and positive influence. You can only demonstrate that by the way you conduct your business each and every day. Number six. How do you know when to stop following up with someone? You can consider the potential size of the opportunity that lies in front of the target and value your follow-up around that. If it is a large, important, and prominent prospect for your business, don't stop following up until it is gone. Just keep on following up indefinitely. If the opportunity is small, spend a small amount of time following up. And here's what I mean. I don't mean looking at a person where they're at today. I'm talking about looking at that potential client and what business they actually generate. Don't get stuck thinking small-minded about where a person is today. Ensure that you're intentional and deliberate and foster the relationship, because you never know what that small fish might be today may be that whale that will come and eat your lunch tomorrow. So I've given you 6 so far, 6 of the 7 questions about following up. Number 1, what makes follow-up ineffective? Number 2, who should I follow up with? Number 3, how often should I follow up? Number 4, what are the best ways to follow up? Number 5, what can you say when you call or contact your follow-up? Number 6, how do you know when to stop following up with someone? And now number 7. How do you track your follow-up? See, good professional services businesses and their consultants record their pipeline in a CRM system, customer relationship management system. Such triggers important milestone dates for follow-up and track the success of your efforts. Or you can keep a simple list on your desktop in a spreadsheet and check bag against it weekly. You see, here's the deal. The thing that's going to determine really where you're going to be in the next 5 years is going to be the books you read and the people you associate with. That's one thing you've probably heard before. Another thing I will tell you that will have a drastic impact on your financial success, regardless of where you're at today, is number 1, the number of contacts in your contact management system, and number 2, the quality of those relationships in your contact management system. So let me say that again. Your greatest asset, regardless of what age you are today, what your race is, what your gender is, regardless of what your situation is, your greatest asset are your relationships. And what you need to do is have a good, firm grasp of the number of contacts that you have in your contact management system and the quality of those relationships. And that's really the heart of tonight's webinar. You see, because 2% of sales happen on the first touch, 3% happen on the second, 5% happen on the fourth, but 10% happen on the third, 10% happen on the fourth, but 80% of all transactions, all of your yeses will come after the 5th through the 12th touch. And so doesn't it make sense that you have a system to help you to ensure that you do the thing that's going to ensure that you have the bulk of your business? And so that's why I'm excited to bring this here to you tonight. So let me just show you a little bit of what I mean by having that personal touch and doing things that are meaningful. Here I'm going to show you about expressions of gratitude. It's simply about saying thank you. You probably heard it before. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. And that transcends every aspect of your life. This is an example of a card that my wife and I sent out to the guests at our recent wedding. Yeah, we got married on July 2nd. It was a beautiful, beautiful affair. The people came from around the country. We have a very loving story, a storybook, if you will, type of story where we met And within 1 year, we actually got married, and we were so delighted to have family and friends and guests come from around the country to join us. So we thought we'd do something special. So we sent a picture right here on the card, and on the inside, we expressed our gratitude. Simply, we posted our own pictures. We customized it. They not only had an opportunity to see and remember the wedding day, but then they also were able to just experience us on our honeymoon in Montego Bay, Jamaica. So far, the people that have gotten have been blown away with this special touch, and we did it all from our desktop. It was just simply simple. The next thing is, beyond the expressions of gratitude, is about building your business while building your brand. Now, this here excites me because I have loved speaking with my clients about ways for them to increase their book of business. And see, it's really exciting to go and look at what they currently have and showing them how to mind their business, how to uncover the gold. And one of the great things about uncovering gold is that you can reach out to those clients that have already purchased from you time and time again. You have your own system, and with a turnkey push of a button, you can reach out to them. So this is a special card that I created just to expose the new market and remind people about the importance of having their own businesses. And see right here, I customized it by giving them some data on the front of the card, but then on the inside, I use the inside to give them something from an educational perspective. And then on the back side of the card, my custom branding. See, I gave them something to remember my brand, what business I'm actually in, and gave them an opportunity to remember that I show people how to have wellness on a budget, how to save money and time shopping online for green, natural, non-toxic, eco-friendly products that are safe and effective. But then I also gave them a reminder that I also have the book Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth as a resource. And so I hope that you see the value, and if you can just imagine in your mind what would be the impact of your clients, your friends, your relationships receiving something physical in the mail while everybody else is sending a text message or sending an email. Now, here's the thing. I want to show you how to do this simply, effectively, and productively. And this is where I want to hand it over to a dear, dear friend of mine, a professional at the highest level. This person I reached out to about 6 years ago simply because I wanted someone that I could count on to be my partner, someone that can actually be the expert and share her years of experience and actually enjoy doing it. And so I'm delighted to share with you Ms. Jules Price. She's just a phenomenal lady. I look forward to letting her share her story, and more importantly, to show you my recommended CRM, the tool that I've been using for 6 years, and how you can use it too. Jules, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Nate, and it's awesome to see again how you're using this in not only in your personal life. With that, I got that gorgeous card that you sent to everyone that sent you a wedding gift. It was so beautiful, and then also the way you use it in your business, and it's really, really fantastic to see. And I'm excited to share with your network tonight about how they can do that as well in a really, really easy way. As you really talked about in this webinar, the fortune is in the follow-up no matter what business you're in. And most people just do not have a good way to do it. And this tool allows you to really kind of stay on top of that in a powerful way, almost like putting your marketing on automatic, but really, really personally. And then it also just allows you to be in better touch with people. So on a personal side, that's something that most people really struggle with. And, you know, like you mentioned, you know, Facebook and text does not have the same impact as getting a real card in the mail. So you probably recognize a lot of these companies, like Uber is now the largest taxi company in the world. Skype is the largest telecom company. Facebook is the largest media owner, and they don't create any of the content. All of these businesses are basically taking technology and making all of these things so easy, and that's exactly what Send Out Cards is doing in the greeting card and gifting space, which is what's so cool. So these are real cards. They're not e-cards, but you send them as easily as an email. So you pick a card, you type a message, you hit send, and that card's going to get printed, stuffed, stamped, and mailed for you and taken to the post office the next morning. Or if you attach a gift, like I'll show you, then that gift is going to be on their doorstep. So think again about all the clients you could be sending off a quick little gift and what kind of impact that would make. Or you see that someone's having a tough time on Facebook and you send them off a quick card, or they post a picture of their baby or their puppy and you send them that on the front of the card. That's what send out cards allows you to do in such a cool way. So we really have the right vehicle. Not only, like I said, we're using technology, and you can use this from your computer or right from the palm of your hand by using our amazing app. So I'm going to show you both of those quickly. Basically, we do everything from our phones. We bank, we pay bills, we watch movies, we read books. Why not be able to build your relationships and your business from the palm of your hand? And that's what we're excited to show you. So how does it work? I'm going to show you my phone. This is my Android, but of course we have an iPhone app as well, and they're both awesome. And I'm going to show you all the different features. So this is my phone. When you go right into your app, you have all different kind of categories. I'm going to click on photo cards, and you can do vertical or horizontal based on what picture you want to add. And you can also pick what kind of format of the card you want, a 2-panel, a 3-panel, even a big card or a postcard. So I'm just going to do a 2-panel. And when I click your photo here, I can take a picture on the spot, I can pull a picture from my phone, or I can pull a picture from my send-out cards already. So I'm going to pull a picture from my phone. It takes me right into my phone gallery. I'm just going to scroll and pick a picture. And you can zoom in with your fingers, move it around, super user-friendly. And then at the top, I can type something on the inside top, or I can just go to the inside bottom. And I can change the template of each page. So let's say I don't want it to just be text, but I want to do a picture and text, or 2 pictures, 4 pictures. I'm going to choose picture and text. And then, plop another picture in there from my gallery. And then I'm going to click where it says text, and I can use the microphone feature, just like your voice texting. So I can just speak my message and use, exclamation point. I can highlight it, and I can change the font and the size and the color. So I'm going to click on these little 3 dots right here and choose my font. We have 30 different fonts choose from. They're super cool. And one of the best features is you can have your own handwriting, which I just selected, so you can see what that looks like. But if you don't want to use your own handwriting, you can use any of the other ones. You can make it bigger or smaller just by dragging your finger up and down. You can center it or left justify it right with your finger. And you can click on that little color bucket and, again, just intuitively move your finger around and find the color you like, and then just click on the check mark at the top. I can also add my signature into the app. So this is pretty cool, too, to be able to plop my signature right in there and then click on that check mark, and it plops it right in. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the back of the card. And like Nate was saying, you can have your own branding. Here's mine right there. And you can have, if you want to change to a different branding, you can have up to 10 brandings at all times. So I have my voiceover branding that I do, my branding for my business, a happy birthday one. I can choose what I want for that card, and I can check out. Now we've got hundreds of gifts in send-out cards, so I can add brownies and cookies and truffles, stuff for babies, for pets. It's crazy how many things you can add. This is our best seller, this little 2-pack of brownies. So I'm going to send that off. It comes up with my return address. And then I can select either from my send-out card database, I can import someone from my phone, or type somebody new. So I'm going to go ahead and they're already in my database. I'm going to search for them and click on the check mark. Now this family lives in the UK, so you can send this anywhere in the world. That's why the shipping's a little higher, because it's sending the brownies to the UK. I'm going to hit checkout, and it's just going to deduct points and postage from my account, which we'll talk about in a second. But it's like having a marketing department at your fingertips, being able to send off cards and gifts that easily. It's truly like building relationships from the palm of your hand and being able to do such cool stuff. Now, that's using the app, and again, I've sent cards from stoplights, cards and gifts. It's just an amazing way to do something the minute you think of it. But we also have a computer system that allows a lot of businesses to do even more in-depth. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, too, on the computer. So again, you have the same username and password. You log in. Again, you pick a card, and you can see the inside of the card just like you can in the app. And you can choose a postcard, 2-panel, 3-panel, a big card. I'm going to do 2-panel again. And the computer lets you do just a little more decorative stuff than the app even. So I'm going to type my message, add my signature. Again, I can change the font, the size, the color, and just really make it look the way I want. I can put it in my own handwriting again if I want to, which is really, you just fill out a form with your capital letters and lowercase letters, and they make a font out of it. It's awesome. I can change the color, and you have a whole color wheel, again, on the computer that you can match whatever color you want. If you have a logo color, etc., center it, add your signature into the card. And then there's even an insert name feature. So if you look to the right of the signatures, where you can do a mail merge like at Christmas time and send a card to 100 people, or put their name in the card. Now, not only can you just kind of drag and drop and you can upload photos, but the computer lets you do things called templates and elements. So let's say I want to frame this picture with like a cool bulletin board. I can just click on that, click on it with one click, and it puts that picture in the bulletin board. So just really cool stuff that with, not having to be all designy and graphic designy, you can just drag and drop clip art and templates and use your photos however you want. Just super easy. All right, you can even like tilt things if you want to, like the little cupcake. All right, so I'm going to hit continue, and now it's going to take me to my shopping cart. Again, I can choose the back that I want for that custom branding for that card. I can add a gift to the order. And then again, just with one click, that gift, whichever one you pick, is going to get shipped and mailed in a box with your card inside that gift. So think about the ease of that. And even nieces and nephews, you need to send, we've got gift cards, Amex and Starbucks and Target and Walmart. So really, really convenient. And it's going to put the actual gift card inside your greeting card. So I'm going to check out. And again, it has my return address. I can select from my contacts or type somebody new. You always want to save them manager once you type someone new so they're in there for next time. And then you can just search for their name and boom, it just pops right in. Next step. And then it has my shipping options. I'm going to confirm. And then the final step, again, totals the points in the postage for that order, and that card's going to get printed, stuff stamped, and mailed. So it's pretty awesome. Now, just a word about custom branding. Nate talked about this a little. It is awesome to be able to brand your business and have that on the backs of the cards that you're sending. So if you're a realtor, you can send a nice heartfelt birthday card, but then still have your branding on the back. You don't have to cross-promote by like sending a birthday card with the PS, here's my info, call me. It's just that professional branding on the back of the card. You see on the bottom right, my husband's catering company sends out beautiful cards with just their branding on the back. Even if you don't have a business, having a picture of your family like the one on the bottom center with a quote that's important to you, that create your own branding. That's so important in this day and age. And then we also have something called campaigns. So this is a way to send one card to a whole bunch of people at once, or in this instance, let's say I just have a nice to meet you card that's already created and ready to go. So every time I meet someone, it says, nice to meet you, first name, and dear first name, it was nice to meet you the other day. And so I can add someone to this campaign. If I meet Nate at an event, add him to it, and with one click, he's going to get this card. And see how it's in my handwriting and my signatures. So I tell my businesses, just think about how you want to be in touch with people. Do you want them to get nice to meet you cards, or thanks for the referral, or happy birthday? This is an example of my happy birthday campaign. Once again, it says dear first name, and I can just send this once a month even if I want to, where I can pull up all the people whose birthday is coming up in October, and with one click add them to this campaign. And 7 days before their birthday, it's going to merge it in and mail it out. This is a powerful tool, and as you'll see, there's no cost to have this system. You just pay for what you send out. So all you do is decide how much you want to pay for your points. And like I said, the service is free. Being able to send campaigns, have a whole CRM system with reminders of birthdays and anniversaries. This is an expensive system that we're giving people for free, and all you pay for is what you're sending to people. So you can decide if you want to be on one of our low subscriptions for your points. You can buy 20 points a month for only $9.80, and that makes your cards $1.47 for a regular 2-panel card. One important thing about our subscriptions is that if you don't use all your points that month, it just rolls over. So 20 points a month gives you about 6 cards a month, and if you don't use them all, it rolls over, and if you need more, you can buy more at any time. This one's more for our home users. It's kind of like our Netflix equivalent for $9.80. The one that most businesses use is $39 a month. It's our preferred customer pricing. Your cards are only $1.17. When's the last time you could find a really nice-looking Hallmark card for $1.17? Never. And this can have pictures on it and your own handwriting and signatures and your branding. It's awesome, and you do it right from your phone. So that's going to give you 100 points a month, which is about 33 cards, or you can use your points for gifts, of course. If you don't use it all, it rolls over, so you'll use it at Christmas time, certainly. And if you need more at any time, you can buy more, but you're locked into that lowest price of 39 cents a point. So like those 10-point brownies would only be $3.90, versus if you're on the retail subscription, it would be $4.90. So you're just going to pay a little bit more for your points if you're on a lower subscription, or there's even a pay-as-you-go where you don't have to be on a subscription at all. You can just buy some points and use it up and buy more. But you'll notice that 100 points is $59 instead of $39. So most people do pick one of our subscriptions because there's no contract. It's just month to month, and you're going to get a much better price on the cards and the gifts that way. So we also have a couple different packages, and all of this is totally optional, but most people do love that custom branding option and the handwriting and the signatures. The one that I recommend for most people is just that personal bundle on the left. That comes with the custom brand manager. It comes with 4 signatures and 100 points to start. So that's a nice starter kit to be able to have that branding. That's a one-time fee to have the branding. And there's a low renewal on that branding. That's only $49 a year because we don't charge any extra per card to have that branding on the back. If you're a slightly larger business, you might want the marketing bundle. That does have more contacts. If you have more than 1,500 contacts in your business, it comes with 200 points, and it also comes with the handwriting and signatures. But either one of those bundles would be amazing for you to be able to use the branding on the backs of the cards and add that to whatever subscription you have. So everyone that you know could use this. Nate and I were talking about how we're going to have another webinar that allows people to invite people on or invite people to watch this recording. You can probably already think about people that you know that could use this. And we also have a referral commission program. For only $50, you can add the ability to your account to be able to refer this to other people, and you're going to earn 20% on what your referrals send, just because you're the one that referred them. You're going to earn a bonus if they buy one of the bundles, and you earn 20% back on your own cards and gifts just for having 3 or more people on a $39 subscription. So this is a pretty easy way for people to not only use the cards, but for $50 you can add the ability to refer it to other people and make money back into your own marketing. So if you want to learn more about that, you're welcome to contact Nate or myself about that, or visit the site appreciationpros.com, which will just tell you a little bit more about how the referral commission options work. All right, so we have a special offer for you right now from Nate, and we'll show this again at the end. But basically, you can download this Send Out Cards app that we just showed you totally for free from your Google Play Store or your iPhone app. And you can, once you download it, open up that app and scroll to the bottom, and you'll see a link that says Send a Free Card. And you're going to want to enter this promo code. When it asks for the code, you're going to enter 136081. That's 136081, and that's going to give you the ability to send 2 free cards and 2 free stamps on Nate, just to try it out. That's how much he knows you're going to love it, because it's the coolest thing. And you can send 2 free cards to someone that you're thinking about, just to see how you like it. And the cool thing about that is then you'll have a username and a password to use forever, and you can add a subscription to that or stay on the pay-as-you-go. You can add a bundle to that or not have the branding if you don't want it, and you can add the $50 commission to that if you want to. Basically, downloading that app and entering that code gives you 2 free cards and then the ability to add whatever features you want from there. So we're going to turn it back to Nate for a moment and talk about 5 tips for follow-up to end out our webinar today. Nate?
All right, thanks, Jules. So 5 tips for follow-up. 5 tips for follow-up. Now think about follow-up as something that you really must do to succeed in professional practice of any kind. I mean, really think about it. But how can you make your follow-up easier and more successful? Isn't that the question? Well, number one, you got to care for your contact. Don't call a contact to follow them up when you are in a rush or when you're stressed or overly nervous. Instead, take the time to think about what you're going to say beforehand. Think about what you can do for them, and then call in a positive frame of mind, knowing where you want to take the conversation. Be prepared. And I can't stress this enough. Be in the right mental state. If you need to, change up your state, as Tony Robbins would say. Turn on some music. Dance around. Get in the proper frame of mind. Number two, focus on building relationships. See, the more focused you are on building a relationship, the more authentic you will behave. When face-to-face, find out something about them in their life. Get a little bit personal by discussing family, holidays, and community. Looking for common ground as well as traversing the expected corporate territory. Common ground can make relationships building a lot easier and a lot more memorable for both parties. You've got to be authentic. You've got to be sincere. But more importantly, you've got to listen. You've got to listen. Listen for an understanding. Listen for an opportunity to serve. Be in the mindset of giving, and I promise you, you will build relationships that will pay you for life. Number three, be consistent and responsive. Be consistent and responsive. Prospects want you to be predictable and professional, but not forceful. Don't be forceful. If they ask you for a proposal, or invite you to send some more information, do it quickly. Taking your time is disrespectful and makes you look disorganized. Be Johnny on the spot. Be about your business every day, all day. Number four, you got to stay cool. You got to stay cool. You see, each of your prospects put on pants one leg at a time, just like you. One at a time. See, even if more important or high-profile person they are, they're still people with needs, with wants, with problems. Remember this and treat them accordingly, like equals in your community. You've got to have the right posture. You got to make sure that you know what you're doing. And the way that you can do that is by being prepared. Make sure that you're in business. Be a professional. Again, all day, every day. And number five, watch your follow-up feelings. When you haven't done it for a while, follow-up can seem daunting, and people can often slip into a too busy mode and put it off. Postponement is usually a signal that your fears, nerves, or feelings are getting in the way of your logical business activities. Try to stop yourself from pushing follow-up away and recognize it for the important role that it performs in your career, in your role, as well as in your company. You might well find you can double or triple your success in business with a little diligent follow-up. So my thing is this. Here's the question. Why don't you try it and let me know how you do? Again, my name is Nate Scott, author of the book, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth, with my dear friend, Jules Price. We want to let you know that we have a couple of resources for you. You've got my book, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth, where you can get at asknatescott.com/order. And then you have Jules Price's book at Secrets from the Sock Drawer at www.secretsfromthesocdrawer.com. Once again, go ahead and download that app. It's free. Punch in that code and then send out 2 greeting cards on me. I want you to go ahead and get the feeling of joy that comes with expressing gratitude. I know that there's someone that you care about, someone that you may not have had touch with in a while, or someone that you just want to surprise with a thoughtful act. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Let's make this season a season of gratitude. So at the very end, you're going to have a survey. We're going to ask you to fill it out. So please fill out the survey at the end. We really appreciate your feedback. This is the first time in which we've done this type of webinar, and we want to get your feedback. And once again, if you have any whatsoever in learning anything more about what we've shared with you, and or you have a desire to share this with other people, please contact us. So once again, this is Nate Scott, author of the book, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth, at 904-838-2623. I want to thank Ms. Jules Price for serving us again tonight. My friend, my colleague, you are amazing. And to each one of you that have invested the time to jump on this to learn how you can actually improve your business through following up, we want to wish you continued success. Until next time, take care and be blessed.